this lineup short. Starting with a cycle from Trey Turner last week in Colorado, through a thrilling 3-homer, 10 RBI performance from Anthony Rendon Sunday. 73 runs in 6 games, including a franchise record 23 last time out. Look for another hero tonight in Act 1 with the Diamondbacks. Well, how much fun did we have on Sunday? But there was a day off. It's a new day, a new series, and a new opponent in these Arizona Diamondbacks. They're maybe the second best offense to Ryan Zimmerman and the Washington Nationals. Arizona, not as much power as the Nats. They love to run. Jose Lobaton and the pitching staff put to the test here. But this will be a fun series, and it sure is fun to look back on what this team accomplished in April, almost of historical quality.
Yeah, unbelievable what this offense has done. Everybody feeding off each other. They say offense is contagious, but this is just a darn good lineup when you break it down and look at it. You want to compare April's? Last April in 23 games, the Nats had 26 home runs and hit 230 as a team. This April in 25 games, get this, they've hit 43 home runs. They're hitting 295 as a team. Different April. We talked about the weather being warm here in D.C., the weather warm on the road. It's still warm. This team can hit, and they've taken advantage.
We said it several times in the last couple of weeks. We were waiting for the breakout game for Anthony Rendon. Yeah, maybe a 3 for 4 or a 4 for 5. Who could ever envision 6 for 6, the career high homers and runs batted in?
The only other player to drive in 10 runs in a, quote, perfect game was Jim Bottomley in 1924 for St. Louis. He did it at Ebbets Field. He was 6 for 6 with 2 homers and 12 RBIs. The only other guy to do it besides the guy you're looking at.
And tonight it's Tanner Roark, who struggled with a lot of pitches to get through those 5 tough innings. At Colorado last time, he's 3-0 in 5 starts. He's 10-3 career against the National League West. The D-backs and Roark, Arizona, Washington. This should be some kind of series. MASN, brought to you by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. By Ocean City, Maryland, put your vacation days to good use in Ocean City. Book now at OCOcean.com. And by Northrop Grumman, value of performance, Northrop Grumman. Beautiful night. Fields in the shade already at 7:05 local. Clear skies, mid-70s. Tanner Roark and A.J. Pollock. Here we go. Strike one. So it's 75. Humidity way down, and we can certainly feel the difference from Saturday and Sunday. Partly cloudy skies, mostly clear. It's gorgeous right now. A.J. Pollock is the catalyst of their offense. He's been on base 14 games in a row.
A 6 start for Tanner Roark. You see the record, 3-0 with a 3.64. Improved to 3-0 last time out with that win at Coors Field, where he went 5 gutty innings, just giving up 2 runs on 5 hits, struck out 4, walked 4 through 104 pitches. Sorry if I took a minute. I was watching Jose Lobaton's white mask, and I don't know that I've ever seen a catcher with a white mask before. Caught me by surprise.
Maybe the white mask sets a higher target. 2-1. There it is. There's a great run back fastball. Pollock discusses it with Brian O'Nora. We'll set the umpiring crew for you in a moment.
You know, sometimes if I see something shiny, I just have to go for it. That looks different. It really does.
2-2. Brian O'Nora is a 19-year veteran. Has the plate. So's the first base guy and the crew chief, Paul Emmel. There he is. Quinn Wilcott, 5th year. He's at second. Scott Berry, 12th year. He is at third. The Nats are 7-5 at home. The Diamondbacks are only 4-6 on the road. A much better team, tied for the best record in baseball in their own ballpark with the Yankees.
Yeah, one of the best stories of this season. 16 wins in the month of April. Torey Lovullo, they're the new manager. You see the record right there.
They're a half game up on the Rockies. Had a scoreless game that they won with a Descalso walk-off homer Sunday to get them 1 game in that Colorado series to stay on top. 3-2. Up the middle. Pollock, 15 games in a row on base. And look out, he's 10 for 12, and these guys love to run. Next 2 guys have 7 steals, Chris Owings and Paul Goldschmidt, who, by the way, has stolen 25 in a row. Jake Lamb hits behind Goldie. He has a career homer against Tanner Roark, and he's 9th in the league with 21 RBIs and right up there with the best slugging third baseman in the game. Diamondbacks are hitting .269, second in the league to the Nats' unbelievable .295. Third in runs, right behind Milwaukee. Strike call to Chris Owings, the right fielder, who also plays some shortstop for them. Owings at .311 and 3 for 7 career against Tanner. 5th career start, 8th career game, 1-1, 2.51 against Arizona.
Diamondbacks have done a lot of damage stealing third this year. I mean, that's where they've had most of their steals. You see Torey Lovullo peeking somewhere right there.
Yeah, they've had 6 double steals this year.
Might be peeking at Chris Spire, giving the throw over and pitch out signs to Jose Lobaton, the game within the game. I love it. So Jose looks into the bench, in case you don't know it. Chris Spire, bench coach, who puts on either a throw over or a pitch out. Jose calls the signs himself, and you see Torey being all sneaky over there, trying to steal signs in the first game of the series. I love it.
Torey Lovullo, 51.
The game
out of Santa Monica.
Excuse me, Carl.
Yes, sir. A little bit low, evidently, from Tanner. 1 ball, 1 strike. He was a bench coach. Torey was for 4 years under John Farrell in Boston. 9 years a minor league manager with over 660 wins. 1-1. Bouncing ball just foul beyond the reach of Anthony Rendon.
Defense for the Nats tonight. Worth, Taylor Harper, outfield. Turner, Rendon left side. Murphy, Zimmerman right side. And Jose Lobaton behind the plate. Matt Wieters a little sick today, so he's got the day off. And Jose will catch Tanner Roark.
When Tanner's going well, he gets ground balls. 1-2. Pollock. Medium lead. Bit of a hold by Roark, and it's up and away, ball 2.
I don't think there's a huge advantage for a manager knowing if he's going to throw over. Maybe pitch out would help you as a manager. But it's just a young manager trying to gather info first game of the series. I love it.
D-backs first game against the East this year. They swept the Indians at home before Cleveland started playing better. So they've been in some interleague play already.
Maybe he just has a habit of looking to his right. It's good stuff.
It's good baseball, man.
He is.
20 years a player, 12 of those in the minor leagues.
Always positive, always upbeat, very big on communication.
2-2 and a good rip by Chris Owings.
The Diamondbacks wore Captain America costumes on the way to D.C. yesterday for their off day, so they all dressed up. A page out of Joe Madden's book. I love it. Keeping the guys loose. They're playing well. 16 wins in April. Why not? And a nervous twitch to look to your right.
I tell you, Torey Lovello's got shifty eyes. I'm not sure I trust this guy.
That's how I look at you during the broadcast.
2-2 outside edge, front door pitch, and that's just beyond the bag, foul again. So I think we're starting to see here what Arizona can do to you, top of the order. Working some counts, getting on games, but on bases. But look at the difference. Half the offense on the road. On base percentage, following the batting average, not that great, not slugging, and only 6 home runs.
He's looking at a graphic. Checking it out.
Two. Quite a battle here. And the runner off and running before Tanner really even made a move home. So that's 11 of 13 for A.J. Pollock, the second leading steal man to Billy Hamilton.
What a jump. Jose Lobaton, even if he completes the exchange, has no chance. Nobody even covering on that. Watch the jump by Pollock. A couple of steps before Tanner pitched. Jose in a rush, had none chance either way.
33 steals for the D-backs, the most in the major leagues. Next closest, Milwaukee with 25. Then, as FP mentioned, look out. Pollock is their #1 thief when it comes from going to second and third. Second to third. That number for Owings, second in the league with runners in scoring position. They're going to make Tanner Roark burn 16 pitches already to 2 batters.
That's got to be the game plan if you're facing the Nationals with the way the bullpen's been going lately. They'll figure it out down there. They have to. But if you're playing them, the game plan has to be run up the pitch count of the starter and get into their bullpen. Starters have been doing their job, and the bullpen will. They just had a rough April.
Here comes pitch number 10 to Owings. In there, taken, strike 3.
So conference at the mound right now. Trey Turner and Daniel Murphy talking to Tanner Roark, because you look at the run back fastball, that's his signature pitch, right? Started off the plate, run it back, throw it at the front hip of a lefty. When that's going good, he's going good. But maybe they saw some funny business at second base now, and they want to change the signs.
Next up is their big fella, Paul Goldschmidt, hitting .315 with an on-base percentage of .462. He's got the same number of walks as Bryce Harper, 22. Inside edge. And he's a big man who can really run, 6'3", 225. And he has 7 stolen bases without being caught.
It's a lot like Daniel Murphy. Gets that foot down early, looks for the bottom half of the ball. His powers to center and right center. He'll pull you out of here if you make a mistake, but he's looking to drive the ball hard the other way.
Goldschmidt last year, 24 homers, 32 steals. First baseman to do that since Jeff Bagwell back in '97. They're the only 2 first basemen who've ever done that. Close, because the throw was right on top of the runner when Murphy grabbed it.
I think Pollock thought it was close. He's talking to Daniel Murphy. Little pickoff move, throws it to the runner's side of the bag, and with instant replay, that's how you get the outs. You remember on steals, you throw it up the line a little bit toward right center, you get a lot of outs. But that'll keep him close. Just the inside move alone will keep a base stealer close at second. Because now as a runner, Carp, I can't go when you pick up your foot. If you just do that little inside move where you turn back to second base, it makes me wait a click to make sure you're going to home. And I think he's got a dirty uni, but I can't tell.
Yeah, they stayed with these things from one season to the other. The dark gray. That'll be strike 2.
It's a great shot of Daniel Murphy being stealth back there, trying to creep in there for the pickoff. This is a great shot. Watch, he's starting right behind Pollock, keeping him close, and then at the last minute evacuating back toward his position to get some range. But Pollock feels him, and then watch, he'll kind of walk in, maybe say something, and then jam back to his position. There you go. Now you got to get some depth here and get some range at the last second. Watch. See?
There he goes.
Scrambling back. That's the job of a second baseman when you have a plus base stealer on second. Fine line between keeping him close and then at the last second sprinting back to your position to get range. It's good stuff.
One on, one out.
You see him signal. Go ahead and throw it. I kept him close, did my job. But see what speed and base stealing does to the game. It just changes everything. I think I enjoy this aspect of the game more than anything. Guys that can really steal a base and run.
Two. And the Roark hold, and then he throws it off Murphy's glove into center field. So Pollock gets third base on the E1.
See the pressure that speed puts on you. Tanner Roark, Daniel Murphy, a lot of concern with A.J. Pollock as they had to, right? 12 stolen bases. He just ripped second, then he launches one sort of into center field. I think Daniel Murphy set up for a perfect throw and wasn't anticipating the bad one, was in a bad position to make that catch.
Three and two, and pitch number 24 about to happen. Goldschmidt has 19 RBIs on the year, just out of the top 10.
What if after scoring 23 runs on Sunday, Dusty Baker brought his infield in here in the first?
That would show that Dusty thinks this is a different day, which it is. I mean, what happened Sunday has nothing to do with tonight, but when your team's going well offensively.
Yeah.
Nats have never seen Taijuan Walker. A couple of the guys on the team for other clubs have seen him, so we'll see how that goes when he gets out there. It's 3-2 again to Goldschmidt, and he keeps reaching for pitches away. He wants to bat that run in, not take a walk.
Well, that's a good foul ball by Paul Goldschmidt. You saw the run back fastball to get Chris Owings, and Tanner Roark went to the well again, and that was coming back for strike 3, and Goldschmidt just getting a piece. Watch this, the late run, the Greg Maddux air quotes fastball by Tanner Roark, and Goldschmidt lives to fight another pitch. That was a good foul ball.
7, 10, and 8 pitches to the first 3 batters here. Up the middle, Arizona on the board. Goldschmidt RBI number 20.
See, foul off a nasty 3-2 pitch that might or might not have been strike 3. And now watch where Lobaton sets up. He wants this down and in, and Tanner leaves it right down the middle. So you foul off something dirty, you get something right down the middle, and get yourself a base hit, put your team up 1-0. That's a good at bat by Paul Goldschmidt.
There's Jake Lamb. Nats will shift on him. 1 for 5 career with a home run against Tanner. That'll even things up.
Yeah, who knows what's going to happen with the Nats offense tonight, but if you're Tanner Roark right now, you're thinking, man, my team's swinging it, the lineup's deep, 1-0's no big deal. I just got to get a ground ball right here and get him in the dugout.
Inside the numbers, brought to you by Jeep. So what starters are getting for run support? Steven Strasburg obviously the lowest. Everybody else witnessing to a feast every 5th day. Joe Ross, of course, back to AAA for a while. A.J. Cole called up today. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nats won't need a 5th starter until Saturday because of yesterday's off day.
Joe Ross got 14, 15, and 23 runs of support in his 3 starts.
Crazy. And of course, A.J. Cole serving the first of his 3-game suspension for an ejection against the Pirates last year. 3-1 right in there.
Yeah, that's the game that Sean Rodriguez lost his mind, and Jason Worth was out of the dugout chirping at him across the field, and it was the night or the day after the Nats clinched. Remember that?
Yeah.
May or may not have been a few blurry eyes out there celebrating an NL East title. I heard what Jason Worth yelled across at Sean Rodriguez. It's not for air, but it was hilarious.
33rd pitch of the inning coming. Runner on the move, strike, and that's a strike. Lobaton to Turner on the strike him out, throw him out double play. Just what Tanner Roark needed to get his guys off the field. It's the first time Goldschmidt's been thrown out this year. this prolific offense. 295 leads the big leagues, so do 170 runs. Second in home runs to Milwaukee, and Ryan Zimmerman already the player of the week, and a great chance when they announce it tomorrow to be the player of the month for April. Big numbers career against the D-backs, 48 games. Impressive home run and RBI totals for a staff he only faces 6 times a year. This is 24-year-old Taijuan Walker over from Seattle in a deal. He's a big guy who can really bring the high heat.
6'4", 235. He's 24 years old. 33 strikeouts, 7 walks on the season. This is his first career start against the Nats. Last start against the Pods, a 6-2 winner. 8 strong. Gave up a couple of runs on 4 hits. Struck out 11. Threw 104 pitches. Likes his fastball up in the zone. It's got a late life to it. He'll throw it about letter high. Sometimes it runs. Sometimes it cuts. He has a slider, curve, and change to go with it.
First time the Nats have faced him, but 3 guys on the club have. The only one in the lineup, Daniel Murphy. That's a strike. Trey Turner, who's hitting .386 over his last 9 games. Same spot, outer edge. Two and two. Jason Worth, offensive high gear since he moved to the number 2 spot. That is close. Walker doing just that off the mound. He thought he had a strikeout.
It's big time show up to the home plate umpire, top of the first hitter. He thought that was strike 3, and he had a little walk around the mound. Didn't like the call.
And Turner hits this one well out to right center. It is heading for the scoreboard, off the board on a fly, and Trey Turner looks like he wants to rev up the Nats offense after a day off.
There's all kinds of fans in the stands right now turning to their friends saying, this offense is awesome. Pick it up right where they left off. There goes the no-hitter. Trey Turner with a leadoff double in the gap. Could go down and get this ball. Ball jumped off the barrel. Leadoff double. Nicely done. Where'd this hit? I couldn't tell. I lost it in the lights. About halfway up, maybe.
By the way, this is interesting. Trey Turner's last 3 hits going back to Friday have all been to right field, and the one before that right up the middle.
Yeah, I'd be smiling too if I was Rick Shue. He had a good off day. 23 runs, hitting coach.
Somebody should have bought him lunch and dinner yesterday.
He shouldn't have to pay for anything in town right now.
So here's Worth hitting .299 his last 20 games, .282 overall. On base 3 times Sunday. And Turner was about 30 feet toward third base when that pitch was delivered.
Walker's faced the Giants twice, the Dodgers twice, struck out 11 Padres last time. But tonight could be his first barometer facing this lineup.
33 Ks, 7 walks in 30 innings. Up in the zone as he usually does for the strike.
What do you got? High?
Yeah. That was off speed. He throws a splitter. 3-1. That's ball 4. And on that delivery, Nick Ahmed was behind Trey Turner right at second base, and he wants to come in and talk to his pitcher who left him totally out of position right there.
Well, trying to calm him down. If you look at Taijuan Walker's body language right now, he's real jittery, maybe amped up a little bit too much to face the Nats offense, and they're Gonna go out there and have a talk, try to settle him in.
Maybe shaken by that pitch he didn't get on Trey Turner.
Maybe. Tomas Pollock Owens, the outfield. Ahmed Lamb, left side. Drury Goldsmith, right side. And Chris Herman behind the plate. Taiwan Walker's cleats. Going with the teal. Those made in Taiwan.
They have a lot of team colors. I don't know. He's from Shreveport. And here's Bryce Harper, who has 11 multi-hit games now coming out of the weekend, and he's up there pumping. Bryce, second in the league at .391. The on-base percentage is still over .500. Outfield straightaway, deep, even on the offside. Yasmani Tomas in left. Counts even, 1-1. So where Bryce ranks, I mean, the only guy having a better month really was Ryan Zimmerman in the entire league. 17 extra base hits, third most. Second most base hits, 36. Spotting the off speed, 2-1. Now he's throwing a lot of pitches. Number 15 of the inning coming. Diamondbacks do have the second best staff ERA, 3.81 in the league to the Dodgers 3.48. Harper looking the other way, counts even, 2-2. Hey, let's enjoy all these numbers while we can. Nats have the 3 top RBI guys, and the other 2 are Rockies. In fact, I was talking to some of the D-backs guys right after Washington. They're going to be in Colorado. They're going to face the Rockies home and home in a week with the Nationals in between.
That's some hard miles on your car.
Harper left side. It is through Jake Lamb. And here comes Turner. Just that quickly, the Nats tie it up. Worth to second.
Get a little home cooking there and call it a knock. Let's see. The reason Bryce Harper is second in the National League in batting average behind Ryan Zimmerman, he's been using the whole field. And we've seen a lot of his hits go left this year. I would say the majority, if I had to guess, are going the other way. And is this a hit or an error? What do you got? I give that a hit. But I'm like a little league mom when I keep score. I give everybody hits. I'd tell you, but it's not on the scoreboard right now.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, look at that ball. I don't think it's unreasonable at all. We'll see how they do it.
Picture of Vin Diesel on the scoreboard. So I don't know. I know the Nats meter's on the scoreboard right now. It's getting loud in here, so that's good.
2 on, nobody out. Ryan Zimmerman is next. It's a hit.
It's a hit.
And that means there's an RBI attached to it. And for Bryce, 27. What would you expect in the first inning? 2 best offenses in the league. Big time cut off to the right it goes. No balls, 2 strikes.
Player of the week, 500, 5 home runs, 13 RBI, 7 extra base hits in just 6 games. Remember, he had that game off in Colorado. NL Player of the Week. And Player of the Month coming tomorrow. Count on it. 420, 11. Can the Nats record 29 RBI in the month of April? I don't know. Maybe player of the month?
I think he's looking at a home run right there. Only his teammate Daniel Murphy more multi-hit games. Ryan has 12, Murph 13. Oh yeah, he's on deck. 1-2. Last year the Nationals beat the Diamondbacks 5 out of 7. They've beaten Arizona 14 of the last 19 over the last 3 years. Ryan's on an 8-game hitting streak, 11 of his last 12, 16 hits in that streak. Two-two pitch hit sharply and right to Nick Ahmed. Worth to third, double play makes it 2 down.
A split changeup right there from Walker. Good pitch.
Each pitcher gets a big double play in their first inning. Irish Heritage Night at the ballpark. Mr. Murphy steps in, bottom of the first. Ann Anderson, the Irish ambassador to the United States, throughout the first pitch. We had a Irish tenor performance for the national anthem.
Walked up to drop kick Murphy's.
Exactly. So no pressure, Daniel.
Well, you saw what he did on his bobblehead night. He had the game winner. Is that a good batting average with runners in scoring position and 2 outs?
Yeah. Murphy 1 for 3 with an RBI against Walker, the only Nats starter who has faced him before. The others are in the dugout tonight, Adam Lind and Matt Wieters. Kind of figured something up with Wieters when Matt didn't start. He's 4 for 6 with a home run against this righty. Saw him in the American League. Out of play, left side. Now Bryce right in the middle of everything with an RBI hit.
A lot of info gathering first time up against a guy you haven't faced before. Here's what it's doing. It's got a little late sink to it. Comes down and into you. Moves a little bit. I think Zim was telling Michael A. Taylor it's got a little sink to it more than run, if you saw what he's doing with his hand.
Yep.
He showed him exactly what the fastball does.
Took Tanner Roark 17 pitches to get his first out. Walker got the double play on his 22nd pitch of the first inning. And now he battles Murphy on a 1-2 count. Good slide there by Chris Herman to keep Worth at third. You know the good base runner Worth looking for anything in the dirt.
Good stop, save the run. Get out in front, use your chest protector. Keep it right in front of you. Nicely done. That almost stuck like Yadier Molina.
2-2 and Murphy to the right side. Brandon Drury has it, and it's a long 1-1 first inning. D-backs and Nats. They'll be battling all 3 days.
As mentioned a little bit earlier, Joe Ross optioned to AAA Syracuse earlier today. Dusty Baker saying this afternoon that Joe just wasn't Joe thus far this season. His sinker wasn't sinking the way the Nats are used to. His slider wasn't sliding the way that they're used to. And Joe told Dusty that he hasn't really felt like himself since last year, and the Nats want to get Joe back on track. They're confident that he's healthy, but they've given him a throwing program, and they want him on the Max Scherzer running program as well. Dusty saying the good thing is Joe's so young, he'll learn from this, but he also told Joe, we're depending on you, we're going to need you. For now, the Nationals a little uncertain as to their fifth starter. Could be A.J. Cole after he's served those 3 games left on his suspension. But it also, guys, sounds like Jacob Turner could be the guy if he isn't needed in relief prior to Saturday.
Yeah, Jacob was good at Coors Field, Dan. Thank you. Well, the Coons.com sideline report, over 2 million vehicles sold and counting. Yasmani Tomas is off to a good start for the D-backs. 5-game hitting streak. Can't get to that one upstairs.
Something fell out somewhere on that swing. I don't know what it was. Brian Honora is picking it up as we speak.
Tomas, 273 in 2 years with the D-backs after 5 years of professional baseball in Cuba. 31 homers, 83 driven in last year. And 7 times he had more than 1 homer in a game. No other major leaguer had more than that. 2-2. He's the one guy who's had some success against Tanner Roark. 2 for 6, 2 homers, 4 batted in. Not biting on the slider. So still in this game, 5 batters. Each Arizona batter has gone to a full count.
And pitch number 40 coming.
Threw him a strike. It's a dandy. Strikeout number 3.
A slider, I think, from Tanner here. Just a subtle slider. You see the dot on it in the late break, down more than away from Yasmani Tomas. Good pitch. 3rd strikeout for Tanner Roark.
Here's Brandon Drury, the second baseman.
I said it last year, so it's an old joke. He's got their uniform color as his last name.
Dreary?
Yes.
I mean,
those unis are dreary.
We got blue, the rock and the gray. They got the red, the black.
I mean, guys want to feel sexy in their uniforms. I just can't see it with these. I don't know. I like the blue trim, though, the teal. That's my favorite part, but the gray is just great.
0-2. That ball blistered. Murphy playing up the middle, stays with it for the second out. Tanner Roark gets his first quick out of the game, and the catcher Chris Herman is next.
And just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one tonight, look forward to Miller Time later in the ball game. That's brought to you by Miller Lite.
Here's the catcher Chris Herman. 29 years of age, longtime Minnesota Twin. (2-0). Tanner Roark, 45 in 28 career, 87th big league start. took a little bit off and got it up in the zone. 2-2.
Yeah, I feel like that strike him out, throw him out to end the first really settled Tanner Roark down. He's had trouble historically getting through that first.
Yeah, that was his 33rd pitch of the inning. Now another full count.
His last start at Coors Field was textbook, in my mind, on how you pitch there. Just go as hard as you can for as long as you can, and whatever happens, happens. Yeah. Pound the strike zone. If your pitch counts 100 after 4, who cares? But throw strikes, go right after guys, and hopefully you go 5 and dive with a lead.
That ball's well hit down the right field line. Bryce Harper to his left, holding Herman to a single. That'll get it down to Nick Ahmed, the shortstop, the number 8 man. Diamondbacks' 3rd single. Nick Ahmed coming off hip surgery last August. Nats played the Diamondbacks late. Didn't get to see much of him at all. Very good, slick fielding shortstop. He was involved in the Martin Prado, Justin Upton, Chris Johnson deal with the Braves 4 years ago. Roark bolting the outside edge 0-2. Mercedes on the pitch cast.
Down in the zone, little run back to it. Perfectly placed. Good frame by Jose Lobaton to make it look like more of a strike. Might have stoled one there.
Swing and a very tardy miss. 4 Ks. Now, what does Anthony Rendon have in mind tonight? Bottom of the 2nd, straight ahead.
Of days in Major League history, the greatest one I've ever seen. Anthony Rendon on Sunday, 6 for 6 with 3 homers. We'll show you the homers, but the double that almost went out right here. Watch where this one hits. That close to a 4-home run day. So the 13th player in Major League history with at least 10 RBI in a game. The first since 2007. And according to Elias, the only other player to drive in 10 runs in a, quote, perfect day. Jim Bottomley in 1924 for St. Louis. He did it at Ebbets Field in Brooklyn.
And that was a bandbox. But a great hitting day for Anthony Rendon. Getting to know you Brought to you by AARP. So 13 big leaguers have had 10 RBIs in a game. Comeback player of the year last year when Anthony hit 270 and drove in 85. Let's get a nice ovation here. Yeah, they're picking up on it now. All right. Ball one from Taijuan Walker. So Anthony now 344 his last 16 games.
Rays averaged 52 points in that game on Sunday.
That's a good day.
It's a good day.
That's a good day.
It's a good day if you're the stock market.
Oh. Yeah, the Mets couldn't wait to hit the closing bell on that one. Fastball in there, 2-1. That one got in on his hands just enough to keep it in the yard, but it's going to be an extra base hit anyway. And Anthony Rendon to left center. 7 for his last 7. I mean, they're jamming him, and he hits it 380.
I don't think he was happy with this swing. Got in on his hands, didn't have that contact he's used to. I was going to hustle this one out, you know, because that's what I do. And then he looks up, it's perfectly placed in the gap, and he's got a leadoff double. This ball was in the air a long time. And I know that Taijuan Walker was thinking maybe somebody should have got a glove on it. Anthony Rendon will take it. 7 hits in a row for Anthony Rendon. Stay hot.
Yeah, he fully looked like he didn't think he had anything to work with there, like that ball was going to be a routine fly.
Well, he just hit 3 home runs, and he's thinking, well, that didn't feel like those did, so I'm out.
Yeah. Michael A. Taylor went 6 for 11 against the Mets. 6 of his 7 hits on the season.
Borderline pitch goes Walker's way, down right in the corner, maybe off the plate away. Tried to repeat the first pitch.
All right, let's see what Michael does here on a strike 2 count. He's been choking up lately. Takes that fastball up and away.
It's hard hitting 7th around the leadoff double because you're thinking, well, I want to move him. It's early in the game, but 8's hitting behind me. Do they walk 8 to get to 9? I don't think they would here, so I think even with 2 strikes, Michael A. Taylor still thinking up the middle the other way.
Takes it low and in. Right now, Nick Ahmed, the shortstop, keeping Rendon as close to second as he can. Taylor, extension, gets it out of play.
I don't have any numbers to back this up, but I feel like Michael A. Taylor's a swinger 3-2. I very rarely remember him taking ball 4, and it has to be a bad pitch. He's very aggressive in a 3-2 count historically.
1 walk this season. Time given.
Rendon's inching off second. I think time was given because they thought he might be going.
Taylor takes the walk and a good at bat. 2 on, nobody out for the second straight inning.
Nats fans, Papa John's is out of business. When the Nats score and win and score 7 runs, you get 50% off regular menu prices. Online orders at papajohns.com with promo code NATS50. Papa John's, proud partner of the Washington Nationals. The Nats have been putting a beating on Papa John's.
Yeah. Salesman of the year who sold that package. Jose Lobaton, 2 hits this year, 21 at bats. One of them a homer. But as we've said often with Jose, he does not get cheated. Starts a couple of times a week. Batting in front of Tanner Roark here. And there's a check swing. Way upstairs, and Chris Herman had to reach and scramble. Here's some Jeep numbers for you. Last 6 games, 12 runs a game. The team batting .370. Better than that with runners in scoring position, and see you later a lot. Adam Lynn back there with the skipper. Strike 2 to Jose.
There's softball teams that wish they had those numbers the last 6 games.
Well, it's a team full of stars, isn't it, right now? 1-2. Lobaton looked like he checked. He did, says Scott Berry. 2-2. Tanner Roark, 52 pitches after 2 innings, but the Nats are getting Taijuan Walker up there. He's about to throw his 44th. This team does not give anything away.
They've been IDing the split change from Walker real well early in this one. They're seeing it out of his hand. Haven't seen too many swings over the top of it. Not fooling the Nats hitters yet with it.
Lobaton to the right side. That'll be a very productive out. Paul Goldschmidt took a look around, and Rendon to third, Taylor to second. With Tanner Roark, a pretty good hitting pitcher coming up. Eight o'clock, twilight time, not far away here at Nationals Park. Beautiful evening. BCFP DK with you on Masson. And a lot of offensive activity in this one so far. Each team with 3 hits. Nats have received a couple of walks. Tanner Roark, infield in. 2 hits this year, 4 career runs batted in.
Trying to figure out what they're talking about here with Roark up. Maybe a little squeeze watch, but Jake Lamb stayed over at third base. He'd probably be in there if they were talking about that.
Now a new baseball and a new visit by the catcher. I'm surprised they didn't have to resod home plate to the pitcher's mound after all the trips Rene Rivera and the Mets pitchers had on Sunday. 1-1 game. 1-0 to Roark. Tanner takes 2-0.
They still have that dirt strip in Arizona between the pitcher's mound and home plate. Can't remember.
Still had it when we were there last time. I don't know about this year.
I think Detroit has it too.
2-0. Ball 3.
Well, maybe they talked about pitching around Roark to get to Trey Turner.
That's a wasted trip to the mound right there.
Green light here?
No. All right.
Green light here.
Maybe takes another.
You're going to get the same pitch 3-2 as you get 3-1 in my opinion. So Tanner Roark can swing it. .50 pitches already for Walker. Both pitchers with high pitch counts early in this one.
102 pitches combined. 1 out, bottom of the second. Roark pumping, and straight back it goes.
Good hack. Let it rip. See what happens. Swing hard in case you hit it.
Yeah, so he'll face at least 7 pitches here.
Fastball up. He's looking to drive the ball right here. 95 from Taijuan Walker, just underneath it. Maybe a hair tardy.
Swing and a miss. 2 down. It's up to Turner. First strikeout by Taijuan Walker.
All right, Pups in the Park, May 13th. That's presented by Budweiser. The Phillies are back in town. Pup tickets benefit the Humane Rescue Alliance. Tickets to all Pups in the Park dates throughout 2017 season are available now at nationals.com/special ticket. Doesn't get any better than Pups in the Park.
Trey Turner scored on Harper's single first inning, and that's now 10 games in a row scoring a run, at least one. In there, low in the zone.
That's down.
Brian O'Nora has been giving low strikes to a young pitcher who's scuffling.
Pitchcast loves the low strike, but watch the glove go below the zone. I think it measures it where it crosses home plate, not where it's caught.
1-1.
Change up 90.
Turner up the middle. To his right, Brandon Drury knows he has to hurry. So it was first and second, nobody out, and Walker does a good job of keeping it 1-1.
Do it, Dad.
Yeah, doing the Carlton here at the ballpark. Nats Road ahead, driven by your local Chevy dealers. Visit ChevyFirst.com. Gio Gonzalez and left-hander former Nat Robbie Ray tomorrow night. Max goes in the 105 game. Diamondbacks not sure who's pitching for them Thursday. And then it's off to Philadelphia. Yeah, right back to Philly again. Nats Extra, 30 minutes before and after every game. And from Philly, 2 in Baltimore. Then the O's come here. Yeah, and then the Phillies follow them in. So the Nats and the Phils pretty sick of each other by about the middle of May, and then we'll only see them twice more all year. Crazy. Taijuan Walker is 1 for 10 with a walk, 2 career hits. Gets under that one out to right center, short right center. And Michael A. Taylor is going to let Bryce Harper preside on that one. So that's the first time through the order.
Washington area Toyota dealers help children and their families by making a donation of $37 to the Children's Inn at NIH for every strikeout by a Nats pitcher this season.
Yeah, just arriving at twilight time now here, 8:09 local. A.J. Pollock, boy, getting him back has meant so much to this team. He got hurt sliding into home against the Royals in a spring training game on April 2nd. Played a grand total of 12 games all year. When he came back, he injured his groin early September, didn't play the rest of the season. He's back healthy, and he's been fantastic for this club. Roark has him 0-2 after his first inning base hit, steal, and run scored.
A lot of guys lost their jobs for the Diamondbacks last year because of the injuries to key players.
Yeah, including Dave Stewart, the GM, who'd done a pretty good job with Tony La Russa and others of rebuilding this ball club. There's Anthony Rendon taking care of Pollock. 2 outs. 3rd inning. Chris Owings coming up.
And I don't know if Dave Stewart had any say in who was named the manager of the Diamondbacks when he became a front office guy there. I guess that's the way the game goes. When guys get hurt, your key members are out, you lose some ball games, everybody thinks they need to make a change, and so far so good. Torey Lovullo's doing a good job. They're off to a great start, but their players are healthy again, and as Nats fans know, that's key to everything.
Yeah, Mike Hazen is their new executive VP and GM. And Dave Stewart, I mean, there were some quotes. He sounded wronged by the organization, but he did wish Mike Hazen and his players very well, and that was classy on Dave Stewart's part. Boy, could that guy pitch in clutch games.
Yeah, he's a stud.
Wow.
Usually they let you pick your manager, and then if it goes south, you're in trouble. Then it's your fault, right? You get to pick your skipper, and hey, sorry it didn't work. So that's a tough one.
It is. 2-1 to Chris Owings. Struck out looking first time on the Roark swing back fastball to the outside edge. What a night to be sitting over at first base and watching a ball game. A little cooler tomorrow, sunny and 65, cloudy 67 on Thursday, but comfortable baseball weather. Come on out and join us during the week before the team leaves again.
Come up to Philly this weekend. We could use some Nats fans up there.
Yeah.
Quick little drive. It's going to be 67 on Friday in Philly, 64 and 60 and sunny on Sunday.
We're on the green line here, right?
Take back the ballpark or whatever it was.
How about the green line Nats or something this weekend?
Okay. You're talking about the Mets fans, the 7-train subway taker guys.
Yeah. That was Tanner Roark's first walk. It gets Goldschmidt to the plate here in the 3rd. Chris Owings, another guy who likes to motor. He's stolen 7 of 8. Now Tanner was hoping for the quick inning with the pitcher leading off. Got Pollock on a grounder. Runner on the move. Off-speed pitch. Lobato, no chance. In fact, Murphy didn't bother to cover. Diamondbacks with 34 stolen bases.
Both stolen bases tonight. First A.J. Pollock, now Chris Owings. They left before Tanner Roark started his delivery. That tells me they got something. They know he's going to the plate before he goes. Whether it's the tempo he has and they're counting with him, or they know he's not throwing over.
That ball is roasted into left, and Jason Worth is to his right to grab it. Now the Nats have good do-ups in the third, with Worth getting to lead off. Then the two most dangerous guys, Harper and Zimmerman, in the league. In Nationals history, Ian Desmond, bottom of the 9th. There was a runner aboard, and he went bullpen for the Nats to win 5-4. 2-run shot, the epic slam dunk leap into home plate. Look at Adam LaRoche elevate. And the Nats would beat the Diamondbacks 5-4. Winning pitcher, Henry Rodriguez. So the Nats have won 6 straight. May 2nd, been very, very good to them.
It's mad hops right there. Serious vertical by Ian.
By the way, that night a kid named Harper was in center field batting 7th. Single RBI double. Another double. Bryce had a good night. Scored in front of Desmond after that 9th inning homer. And by the way, those were the 3rd, 4th, and 5th hits of Bryce Harper's big league career. The Nats had just come back from LA, where he debuted.
Nice. See how the goon squad at home plate. Chad Tracy, Tyler Moore.
It's so fun looking back through the years, looking at the lineups, who was pitching that night. That was the early stages of the first championship year.
Who else was in the goon squad? Get your scorebook out. I'm drawing blanks up here.
I'll go to May 2nd.
And they're probably happy that I don't remember their name.
Well, Rick Ankiel was on that club. Roger Bernardina.
The Shark.
That night, the starting lineup was Desmond, Lombardozzi, Worth, LaRoche, Xavier Nady, Danny Espinoza, Harper, Wilson Ramos, Edwin Jackson. Tyler Moore, Jesus Flores on the right side of that bench. Ankiel, Bernardina, Tracy on the left side.
That was the start of it all, right? When it was all organic and we were sitting up here going, wait, are they this good? Are they going to win it? Are they going to win the NL East?
And by the way, I made a note in my book that night. Steven Strasburg had just been named National League Player of the Month for April. First Nats pitcher since Chad Cordero back in '05.
Good times, man.
This update was brought to you by the National Archives. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss by Jason. On and offering down and away. Strikeout number 2 for Taijuan Walker. Here comes Bryce, and here's Dan with more.
Bob, Dusty Baker remembers a conversation he had years back with Barry Bonds, who said that by the time a pitch got to him, he could determine if it was a ball, if it was a pitch he could hit out, or if it was a singles pitch. And as that relates to Bryce, Dusty says you don't hit the average Bryce is hitting by pulling everything, and not every pitch is a home run pitch. He says that Bryce is determining which pitches are singles pitches this year, and he's using the whole field, as you guys talked about earlier, all those hits to left.
Yeah, left side with the grounder first time. Jake Lamb's alone over there. Ball 1.
I got to add on something to that. There's only a select few in baseball that can sit there when it's 97 and go, this is a singles pitch. This is a homer pitch. This is a ball. This is a strike. I mean, you have to really be able to slow the game down to do that. And I think those two are good examples.
Well, I think that tells you, FP, there's a lot of God-given talent physically to be able to hit a ball where you do. The mind has to be so quick and so sharp. It's like those guys have a supercomputer working up there to make those decisions.
Yep. The eyes too. And when I go back to, there was a shot of Daniel Murphy last year that I'll never forget, when his eyes actually lit up before he hit a pitch. And that's the thought process, and that's what happens mentally when you see that home run pitch. It's maybe not as dramatic as Murph going, oh, there it is, but that's what happens in your mind. You're looking for a pitch in a zone. You're sitting fastball middle in, say. You get back with your load, you're on time, and the pitch is there, and that's when you determine it's a home run pitch, because it's where you're looking, your mind lights up, maybe not your eyes so much like Murph, and then you get off your A swing.
Yep. Ryan Zimmerman's eyes, and ours as well, have been lit up quite a bit lately. Hit the ball sharply first time, 6-4-3 double play ball. Bryce Harper just walked for the 23rd time this year. So he's on 2 more times tonight, and his on base percentage right now is up around .515. Well, that's an interesting call, because the low strike has been given to Walker, and that time he got one up in the zone. Ryan looking for his 31st RBI, or at least his 30th if he can chase Bryce home. That ball is well hit to right, tailing away from Chris Owings. It's up against the wall. Here comes Harper, throws into second. Bryce stops at third, and Ryan Zimmerman has a 9-game hitting streak, 17 for his last 35.
Just pummeling the ball to all fields. Doesn't matter what you throw him, where you throw him, up and in. He turns on it, down the way, he goes down and gets it. You leave something out over, it goes out to center field. And this looked like a slider from Taijuan Walker that just broke away, and he stayed on it. So good luck pitching to this guy right now. He's seeing beach balls. That slider just stays up, doesn't do a whole lot. And you talk about playing the game in slow motion and the thought process for Ryan Zimmerman. I mean, he saw that up, and everything's leaving his bat 100 miles an hour or more lately.
Here's Murphy, ground ball to second first time. That would buy him an RBI here. That's looking to go ahead. How about a base hit up the middle? Murphy with RBI number 27. Here comes 28. Zimmerman is home. The Nationals lead 3-1.
You saw that chatter in the dugout. You saw Ryan Zimmerman talking to Michael A. Taylor. That's what this ball club does so well after their first at-bats, especially when they haven't faced a guy before. The information given, so they have solid game plan based on pitches they saw their first time up, their second time up. And look at Murphy roll the wrists on the high, I think, split from Taijuan Walker. So he saw a ball up. That's what he was looking for, right? He wanted to drive something, gets on top, and gets 2 more RBIs. Good read by Ryan Zimmerman, off to the races, and just like that, it's 3-1 Nats. I'll tell you what, those 3 in a row, that's murderer's row right now. I mean, you go Harper, Zimmerman, Murphy. Who's better in the big leagues than those 3? Nobody. I don't care who you got.
Here's Rendon.
This guy ain't too bad either.
Starting to join the party. Double to the left center field wall first time. Big swing. By the way, Daniel Murphy now 1 RBI behind Ryan Zimmerman. And 2 ahead of Bryce Harper. Actually 1 ahead because Bryce has one tonight. So the offense is cooking. Short lead by Daniel Murphy. 0-2.
They're scooting Brandon Drury over, but he was playing up the middle against Rendon. If he gets anything away, he's got the whole right side. He hasn't hit too many ground balls recently, but look at how much room for Anthony Rendon.
Strike 3 call on a cutter. 3rd K of the night for Taijuan Walker. Mercedes-Benz on the pitch cast.
Little slider. Tell you what, when a guy's locked in, seeing the ball like Rendon, if he shakes his head, I'm going with him.
Michael A. Taylor was behind in the count, drew a walk first time.
Ooh. Just threw that away.
So Michael's been aboard 7 of his last 12 plate appearances.
Well, we're talking about, you know, Bryce Harper, Ryan Zimmerman, Daniel Murphy, obviously Anthony Rendon, and that's the story right now. But Michael A. Taylor has a chance to be the story of this season. With what happened to Adam Eaton, getting an extended look, reaching the potential that we all know he has. If he locks in, he's going to be the story this year. As soon as he believes in himself and has the confidence and the swagger that the guys in front of him have, I think the sky's the limit. He has talent that we all wish we had. I mean, I would give anything to have the talent he has, but when the confidence meets the talent and the experience meets the talent, he has a chance to go off. And this is his 4th or 5th opportunity, and Dusty Baker says much. It's got to happen now. There is no other choice. But I feel like once he plays a little bit, has some success, and gets that swagger and confidence and a little mean streak in him, he could be the story this year.
It's a good call.
I'm rooting for him. Great kid.
He absolutely is.
He works hard.
Just over a month ago, when Mike lost his dad, passed away toward the end of spring training. 3-1 pitch.
It's a good hack.
I liking the swing. '77 pitches for Taijuan Walker with 2 outs in the 3rd. And that's a taken 3rd strike on a fastball. 4 Ks tonight for Walker, but the Harper walk, the Zimmerman double, and the Murphy hit as Dusty's team up by 2. You buy the all-wheel drive RAV4. Toyota, what drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. That's offense picking right up where it left off Sunday. Well, what offense could? Just like Sunday, the 3 runs on 5 hits already.
That top bank ain't working. The Beltway Series presented by Innova pits the Nats against the Mid-Atlantic rival Orioles. May 10th and 11th be at the ballpark. The Orioles have a great team this year. Visit nationals.com/tickets today. Looking forward to that one. Always am.
Right now, the Nats a half game up on the Orioles and the Astros for the best record in baseball. Baltimore 16-8, Houston 17-9. So here comes the 4th inning, and here's Jake Lamb. Struck out into that double play that was so key for Tanner to get out of that marathon top of the 1st inning. 33 pitches to 4 batters. Time given.
So he hit the furthest home run this year, 481 the other day in Arizona. And I knew he had pop, but I didn't know he had 481. I mean, it was over the pool, onto the concourse, right center field. Biggest big fly of the year.
That's a pretty big fly. 3-2 ball game. Jake Lamb, 6th of the season. RBI number 22. This guy really became one of the premier hitters in the National League last year.
Short swing, compact swing. And I'll wear that one. That's a broadcaster jinx. That's all my fault for talking about it. Look at him go down and get that changeup, though. Short swing, right to the barrel, loud sound. And a no-doubter to make it 3-2 Nationals.
29 home runs, 91 batted in last year. And next up is Yasmani Tomas. Tanner Roark, 3rd homer of the year given up. Matt Harvey, R.A. Dickey tonight in Atlanta. Mets Braves 3-3. As Drupal and Jay Bruce have homered, so has Freddie Freeman. Did he go? Yeah, it looked like the bat went with the body there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Phillies are at Wrigley 1-1, and the Marlins are playing interleague tonight against their buddies the Rays. 1-0 down there, so that's what the division is up to. 2-2 pitch.
Struck him out first time on a slider down the way. Tried the curveball right there, missed.
8th full count for a Diamondback hitter tonight. Right to Murphy. That was a scorcher. A lot like the one Drury hit back in the 2nd inning. That's the 1st down here in the 4th. Potomac Nationals return home Thursday against the Lynchburg Hillcats. And then on Friday you can celebrate Cinco de Mayo at the Fitz. 703-590-2311 or PotomacNationals.com for your ticket info and ballpark fun. I'm going to play Drury right where they had Tomas played. And a strike call to get ahead for Tanner Roark. Drury has heated things up. 378 his last 10 games. Pretty good jammage right there, but Drury able to get it out of play. Breaking ball and a slow roller. Here comes Rendon with the glove. Got to be quick. Safe is the runner. Great team speed. Have the Diamondbacks, and Drury's aboard with one out.
Anytime there's a close play at first base, I look at Chris Spire to see if he's going for the phone. He's not moving, so obviously he's safe. Good play by Anthony Rendon. The exchange was decent, and it didn't matter. Good throw in the dirt. He was safe either way. He can run.
Here's the catcher, Herman. He goes deep to left. Worth going back, and it's another homer for the Diamondbacks. Chris Herman, second of the year. And they've thrown a 3-spot at the Nats here in the 4th inning. 4-3 Diamondbacks.
But I don't know if it's the new approach to hitting where everyone's looking for the bottom half of the ball, trying to hit the ball in the air. If the ball's juiced or it's the warm April and early May, but balls are just flying out of yards. It's all you have to do is hit it on the barrel in the air, and there's a really good chance that you got yourself a home run. Whether it's opposite field from a lefty hitting 7th or pull side Bryce Harper hitting 3rd, balls are flying out of ballparks like I've never seen them before. This is crazy.
Well, Rene Rivera, Michael Conforto, Travis d'Arnaud for the Mets. Guys either leading off or hitting down in the order. And that liner to left. Here comes Worth, and on the run and on the slide. He's got it off the bat of Nick Ahmed. 2 down.
I'll tell you what, he's played Gold Glove left field in the month of April and early May. He's making a nice little highlight reel for himself. I mean, when you think of Jason Worth in his prime, he was one of the better defensive right fielders. Solid, always threw the right base, made the routine play, threw guys out. Had trouble early adjusting to left field, but this is the 4th or 5th diving, sliding play he's made. And every day just gets better out there. He has played a nice left field early in the season.
Taijuan Walker, the pitcher. Fly ball to Harper first time. Strike 1 and then ball 1. You know, back to your point, FP, about the homers and the runs and the offense. There's one team in the National League with a staff ERA of under 3.5 runs a game. Usually, as we get into May, there's still a couple of teams in the high 2s, a whole bunch in the low 3s. The Dodgers at 3.48, the only team in the league with what you would call a good ERA. So some of the numbers aren't lying, and the balls are flying. We're going Lobatone, Roark, and Turner, bottom of the 4th, and the D-backs getting it done, but Worth keeping them from further damage. Well, will the final score of this game be 4-3? We think not. Bottom four, Lobaton, Roark, and Turner at playing like the middle of July Nationals Park in terms of balls in the air and going long distances. Jose with a ground ball moved a couple of runners up in the second. Nats unable to score when Roark struck out and Turner bounced out. Nationals have hit 43 home runs on the year, second only to Milwaukee's 47, but they've given up 34 now. Two-oh pitch. Swing and a miss. Lobaton gone. Walker has fanned 3 Nats in a row. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com. See how much you could save. Abe, Teddy, George looking good. Tom in the background, but Jefferson used the right field corner to move away from the pack. It's his 3rd of the year to tie George. Abe the leader at 6, and Teddy still shut out.
Do we have that Christmas in the ballpark thing this year? Because I want to see Santa Claus dive off the railing and crush one of those guys. I mean, I can't get into that race anymore unless
there's carnage.
Somebody needs to dive into somebody, and there needs to be a pileup. Maybe they're still injured from Easter, and that's why they're just racing now.
That was tough.
I need somebody to be destroyed.
Tanner Roark swinging strikeout on a long at bat first time. And then Trey Turner 1 for 2 with the double and a run scored.
Yeah, Walker's thing is he pitches that fastball right at the ceiling of the strike zone, so he gets a lot of high strikes, and then it'll expand even higher with 2 strikes. He's been living up there tonight. It's 95. It's tough to catch up to.
Roark to short left. Yasmani Tomas in. 2 outs, 4th inning.
What's today? So 10 more days for this. May 12th. Masson presents the Trey Turner bobblehead. That's a 7:05 start against the Phillies. First 25,000 fans, you get one. So I'm sure there's going to be long lines for that. For tickets to that ball game, visit nationals.com/promotions.
Two and 0.
Get you one up, get on top, let it fly.
Double first time off the scoreboard in right. Hit that ball about 370 the other way.
So hard to get on top of that fastball when it's right at the top of the zone, and it looks so good as a hitter. It's right up by your eyes, hard to take. Hard to hit.
Yeah, when you see a swing like that, you know that's the splitter. Diamondbacks got him from Seattle in the Gene Segura deal last November. They were the 2 principals in a 5-player transaction. 96.
Top of the zone, maybe a tad higher.
Here's a 2-2.
It's a good take. It's a hard one to lay off.
Worth on deck, payoff pitch. Right in front of the plate, and then a kind of a crazy hop straight back. Stops on the logo. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That was close, and Diamondbacks pitcher really putting on a display here. Walker walked about halfway from the mound to the third baseline toward his dugout, and Chris Herman goes out there to kind of settle things down.
But Brian O'Nora was thinking about it. Watch the body language of the umpire after you watch the pitch cross home. Good pitch. Watch him. He starts to stand up, and then he walks kind of away, thinking about it. Taijuan Walker wasn't having it. Trey Turner walks. Watch Walker. Oh.
Jason Worth has walked and struck out. And Trey Turner had a bit of a lean going. He's 4 for 4. Had his front foot to the cut out of that grass. Four-three game. Diamondbacks on top, bottom of the 4th. Turner trying to get the scoring position with 2 outs. And after making a move and stopping, Jason Worth takes ball 1. With Turner very active over there.
Hitting second behind a good base stealer isn't the easiest thing in the world. You think you're going to get fastballs, which you do, but you get very deliveries. So your timing hitting second behind Trey Turner, if you're Jason Worth, you have to be ready to hit because guys are going to slide step. They're going to pick up their pace, and they're going to try to rush the ball to home plate. So you don't have a whole lot of time to get ready when you're hitting behind a base stealer. Sometimes if you're a timing guy, it's difficult to hit guys out of the stretch anyways, but when you have a base stealer, it's even tougher.
There he goes. And Trey Turner is in there. Spike's first slide. Good pick there by Drury. And Turner is 5 for 5. Herman made that close.
A good jump by Trey Turner, and a nice job of taking the pitch by Jason Worth. He could have swung there ahead 2-0 and hoped to hit a gap, but he took a pitch all the way. And Trey Turner just too fast. That was a lot closer than I thought. Are they going to look at that? I think his foot's there. That was pretty close. He pops off the bag a little bit right there. He's out. Kept his foot on. Nice.
2-1. Some kind of throw by Herman. Jason Worth has driven in 7 on the year. 3-1. I'm sure the D-backs want the inning to end right here with Bryce Harper waiting. So he wears number 99, and he just threw his 100th pitch with 2 outs in the 4th inning. Worth will pop it up. Paul Goldschmidt coming to get it. And that's it for the Nationals in the 4th inning. They've stranded 5 base runners already. 4-3 Arizona.
Some StatCast by Amazon Web Services for you. Let's check out that catch by Jason Worth in the fourth. What kind of route efficiency did he have, and how far did he go? Pretty good route efficiency, right? Almost 100% at 96. Straight line to the ball. Nice sliding catch. 56 feet. So a long way to go in a short time with those long strides, and Tanner Roark approves of the effort by his left fielder.
Top of the fifth inning, in the top of the order for Arizona, A.J. Pollock. 1 for 2, base hit, steal, a run, and a ground ball to Rendon. Anthony even with the bag. Strike one. Roark came into this game tonight with the second lowest ERA in the franchise. Lowest for the Nats career. Rendon takes care of that. 3.04 career earned run average for Tanner Roark. It tells you he bends, but he seldom breaks. He still has his team in the game here, and a nice play at third.
And for the bunt, didn't have a lot of time to react. Just throw the glove down. Plenty of time when you're in that close and it's hit that hard. Nice play.
Steven Strasburg's career ERA 3.17. Second best on the Nats ledger. Chris Owings taken third strike, a walk, and a steal. Right side of the infield for Murphy. For the achiever in you. When you have insight, you know how to handle your finances with confidence. You know it's PNC Bank. A.J. Cole recalled today. He'll sit out a 3-game suspension. All levels of his his professional career. 47 wins. And he gave us a pretty gutsy performance at Camden Yards last year. Remember that game? He was on the attack against Orioles hitter in that small ballpark.
He's ready. Oh, they did.
They did. Right now on the roster, replacing Joe Ross. Paul Goldschmidt's hit the ball hard twice. Base it up the middle, RBI first inning. And that hard liner to left that Jason Worth ran down in the third. One pitch. This guy gets a healthy hack. We told you about that Desmond walk-off homer 5 years ago today. The only player still with Arizona is Paul Goldschmidt from their lineup that night. This will be high in the air and out of play.
See, that fastball up for Tanner's been another pitch added to his arsenal this year with 2 strikes. Matt Wieters has kind of convinced him to go ahead with it. The only danger with that is if you don't get it up there to a guy like Paul Goldschmidt, it can go far. And I think Tanner wanted that one a little bit higher.
Lobaton wanted it inside. That's where he got it off the plate, though. 2-2. Lefty T.J. McFarland. Their pitcher's at 101. Tanner Roark is at 98. So Walker could be done. In fact, you would think he is with the lefty, and Harper, Murphy coming up with Zimmerman in between.
The Diamondbacks have 3 lefties in their bullpen. And I'm hearing Jorge De La Rosa's throwing 96 this year out of the pen.
Wow.
Remember, he's a starter for the Rockies. He threw like 91, 92.
Yeah. That's on the corner. So Tanner Roark will get his first 1, 2, 3 of the night. Harper Zimmerman, Murphy. They've already done a bunch tonight. Nats, Harper, Zimmerman, Murphy coming up. Walker in the game for now. Let's have a look at our freight railworks. Due up, bottom 5. Bryce Harper against the D-backs. Just under 350 career. Ryan Zimmerman 309 with a lot of collateral damage. And Daniel Murphy 37 games, 336. I know the Nats really enjoy hitting at Chase Field in Phoenix. It's a good ballpark for hitters, great background. Ball flies.
Hard infield. Ball gets through it quick. That's what slap hitters notice.
How quick is that dirt, baby? In that
quick
grass?
infield. I love this place.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to get, Torey Lovullo is, Taijuan Walker through 5 to qualify for a win. He is 3-1. ERA came in just under 4 runs a game. It's at 4.28 right now. Bryce has singled in a run, walked, and scored. Didn't get a heater on 2-0.
Not get one here either.
Walker 104 pitches last time out, his season high. He's already beyond that. He'll get Harper on a ground ball to right field for Brandon Drury, 1 out. Time for the unlimited baseball break, brought to you by T-Mobile. Notes from April. The Nats 73 runs last 6 games. That 12.2 we talked about, most in a 6-game span ever. 5 games 14 plus. Yankees the last to do it back in their heyday, July of '50, and the most franchise history with 43 in April. That includes Expos and Nats. Ryan Zimmerman, line drive double, slicing away from Chris Owings in right field. The last time out, set up Murphy's 2-run single. Bat didn't go, says Paul Emmel. 2-1.
I mean, you know this is going hard somewhere, don't you? I mean, I don't know where it's going, but it's going somewhere hard.
The double play, ball went hard to short before the double went hard to right.
Going somewhere hard.
3-1.
Yeah, this one's going somewhere hard. Oh. You flinch when he swings now. It's just, that was a let the throttle out. Maybe got just a hair too big on that one, and when you get too big, it just slows you down. Maybe. That's how you're supposed to swing 3-1, though.
Oh, he's going to be called out on a pitch in the upper quadrant away, and Ryan's not happy about it. Can't believe it as he looked back to Brian O'Nora.
He said that ball's out 3 times. That's not a strike. I don't need pitch cast. That's not even close. That was a cut fastball that started off the plate and kept going away.
Well, I guess that's the only way to get Ryan Zimmerman out these days. Couldn't believe it. There's Murphy. Daniel 1 for 2, 2-run single last time up. Daniel Murphy was on his last 3 times Sunday. Adam Lynn pinch hit for him later and hit a home run. So all the spots in the order up and down in that crazy game were very productive. Now it's 3-1.
Well, you're getting high pitch count because you have to make a perfect pitch to this lineup the way it's going. And you have to follow your game plan to a T. And if you don't, you're going to get your head kicked in. So why does he have 116 pitches right now? Because he's trying to negotiate through this lineup 3 times. It's not easy.
Well, there's 117, one short of his career high set April of last year with Seattle against the Astros. And he's walked 5 tonight.
It's not because he's trying to throw balls. It's because he's trying to make the perfect pitch to their game plan, their scouting meeting that they went over before the game. And he knows if he doesn't, it would be 8-4 Nats right now. Even though he threw a lot of pitches, he pitched a pretty good ball game. I don't think he's going to stay around to qualify for the win, but he kept 3 runs on the board, which is hard to do with this team right now.
Yeah, so he's done after 4 2/3. If you need expert printing, the UPS store has you covered. Together, there's nothing we can't solve. For Arizona, a UPS store. Call to the bullpen. to you by American Standard Heating and Air. Get up to $1,100 in instant rebates or 0% APR for 36 months. And by the Lexus RX, featuring a pre-collision system with pedestrian detection. Standard. Little breezy over by the Monument. Same here on South Capitol Street. Lefty T.J. McFarland, 27-year-old southpaw, former Oriole, 123rd appearance of his career and his second with the Arizona.
Interesting move by Torey Lovullo. Right-handers hitting .312 career off McFarland, and Anthony Rendon hitting .500 off lefties this year. 6 for 12 with 2 homers.
First pitch swinging, fly ball to right. One pitch. Nats are gone in the 5th. They've stranded a frustrating 6 base runners so far. On to the 6th in a 4-3 game.
Park as the Orioles outfielder Adam Jones had a racial slur directed at him by a fan. Dusty Baker was asked about that incident earlier today. He said it unfortunately doesn't really surprise him that much because that's a word that he's heard thrown at him over the course of his baseball life in pretty much any city he's been in. He says it's more apparent in some places than others. I know guys that Jock, Jones, and Dusty had those type of issues in Chicago in the past. Dusty saying it just goes to show how much further we have to go. But guys, a great show of support for Jones in Boston tonight. He was introduced for his first at-bat. Fans came to their feet. Chris Stale stepped off the mound. Fans gave Adam Jones about a 30-second ovation, and it obviously doesn't erase what happened, but a nice gesture tonight by the fans in Boston.
Yeah, well done, Red Sox fans. Over 2 million vehicles sold and counting with a Coons.com sideline report.
Yeah, it's okay if you hear, you stink, in other words,
sure,
and they rag on you. That's part of it, I guess. It's not fun, but that's part of it. But that's why it's so nice to get home in your white uniform, because hopefully you don't hear that in your home ballpark. But there's lines that are crossed, and last night that line was crossed. And Adam Jones, one of my favorite players. He's in my top 3 for sure, and I'm just sad that he had to go through that.
And he was very articulate today, sharing his feelings on MLB Network. And it doesn't take many to make an entire crowd look bad. So just a handful of people.
It's the little fence between you and the players. You think, I've had a few beers and I'm brave. It's like keyboard courage on Twitter. It's the same thing. He said he wanted to go in the stands, but then he gets sued and suspended and all that. And I'm glad he didn't, because he's one of the classiest players in baseball. He plays the game the right way. He plays hard every single night. And I can't wait to see him in a few days.
3-2 to Jake Lamb, who homered his last time up. D-backs box, RBI single by Paul Goldschmidt first inning after Pollock singled and stole. And then Lamb the solo in the 4th. 1 out later, Drury base hit. Chris Herman, the big blow of the game, the opposite field home run into the left field bullpen. 3-2 again. Anthony Rendon's got a long run. He'll get over there and set under it. 1 out, 6th inning. Probably Tanner Roark's last inning. He's way over 100. Oliver Perez warming up, and Tanner due to bat 3rd in the bottom of the 6th.
Well, ideally, Dusty would like to see him get through the 6th, and then that score a couple in the bottom half. Trying to get Tanner a win.
Yasmani Tomas is next. Swinging strikeout, ground ball to second. A hot shot to Murphy. Front door on the curveball. Strike 2. Twenty-six-year-old outfielder signed a lucrative 6-year free agent contract with the D-backs. 3-2. And the slider way outside. Tanner Roark, second walk tonight. He's up to nearly 115 pitches.
Had 4 walks his last start, 2 tonight, 3 the start before that. You don't think of walks when you think of Tanner Roark.
Correct. Yet he had not walked a man in his 2 previous starts before those. Brandon Drury. Infield hit down the third base line first time in front of Anthony Rendon.
He had 114 pitches. He needs a twin killing here to qualify for a W. I don't think Dusty Baker's going to let it get to a guy that hit a home run off him last time. Seems to be working a little quick all of a sudden out of nowhere. Maybe he's trying to slow it down right now.
Short lead by Tomas. On the pitch, nothing happening.
Tanner's on the mound ready to go right now. Look, he's looking for a sign. He's been there for about 10 seconds too before he showed you. .30 stolen bases career against Tanner, 17 caught stealing, 64% success rate. Diamondbacks have a few here tonight.
Yeah, they have a couple, and Goldschmidt on the back end of that double play caught back in the first. Two with one out. Swing and a miss. Tanner Roark with a changeup of beauty. 7th strikeout, 2 outs in the 6th.
Decision time for Dusty Baker. What do you think? 119 pitches. Do I go get him? One more hitter. Chuck Jones listening in. Mike Maddox looked at Tanner and said, go get him. Here we go. See that? Tanner thought he might be done, and Maddox just kind of gave him the hand, like, let's go. Let's do this.
Chris Herman, 6 career home runs before this season in parts of 5 years with the Twins and the D-backs. He's never been a full-time guy, but he's hit 2 so far this year, including opposite field last time up.
I mean, 119 or 125, what's the difference, right? Well, you're already going to be hanging tomorrow either way.
And you pretty much have to yank the ball out of this guy's hand to get him out of a game.
And the bullpen hasn't done what they're supposed to do yet. They're trying to figure it out still. They will. Yeah,
you know, and there's no telling about the rest of this night. Their bullpen 4.72, Nats bullpen 5.70. Now the crowd picking up on the fact that Tanner's at the end of the line here, trying to urge him through. This will be a career high 122nd pitch. And he tried to swing it back to the inside edge.
That looks so weird, 122, but that used to be every night back in the day. We're so programmed to, oh, it's 100 pitches. Oh my goodness, he's never going to pitch again. It's a good pitch. Trying to dart that inside corner, just misses.
Yeah, pitches 3 and 4. Brian O'Nora got him right. Two, runner at first, 2 down. Emptying the tank here.
Well, the light's been on for a while.
Little couple of tunes of his walk-up music to hopefully get him through this inning and walk him off.
Crowd trying to get him back in the dugout too. I like it.
Three-two. Tomas on the move. Got him. Strikeout number 8 by Tanner Roark. He will bend, but he will never break. And he battles his way through 6 here tonight after that long 5-inning battle last week in Colorado.
I'm telling you, this could be a momentum shift right here. If this is ball 4, there's crickets in the ballpark. Everybody got on their feet. Nicely done.
property of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals.
That's a good looking shirt and hat.
Cool.
Do we have an Italian one like that, an Italian day? Big pizza in the middle with a curly W in the middle. I want one of those.
Well, for tonight, it's the Shamrock on Irish Appreciation Night.
I'm looking forward to Italian Appreciation Night.
Taylor Lobatone, then the number 9 spot. TJ McFarland. He's going to get 2 outs on 2 pitches. Rendon fly ball to right in the 5th. Taylor ground ball to second here. Nets box. Turner leadoff double first inning. 1 out later, Bryce Harper singled him home. And then the Harper walk, Zimmerman double, Murphy single for 2-run sequence in the 3rd. That's the last hit the Nats have. And by the way, Tanner Roark did not give up a hit after Herman's 4th inning homer. Tanner retired 8 of the last 9 Arizona hitters. Jose Lobatone, right-handed. 1 for 5. There's Rafael Bautista. He'll get a chance here in the middle of the game to get on.
To face a real pitcher. First 2 major league at-bats were against Kevin Plawecki, a catcher.
That's a hard to wear 0 for 2 with a fly ball to center and a ground ball to short.
I mean, he has to be in a small club. How many big leaguers made their major league debut against a position player pitching? Can't be that much.
No, you're right.
I'm going to say less than 10. Maybe less than 5.
Lobatone reaching for a pitch away. Nick Ahmed throws him out. 2 down. MLB.com at bat, your #1 mobile app for live Nats baseball. Stay connected with a fully customizable experience. Nats home screen icons, app features, as well as game day live game video highlights. Radio and StatCast. Download MLB.com at bat.
I'm glad you read that one. Customization is too big a word for me. Like trying to get loose.
I think that's what we used to do to our jalopies way back when.
Customization?
Customize some old car, make it look like something you could drive.
I have a couple of customization suits.
.291, 5 doubles, 3 stolen bases at Syracuse when he was called up after the Adam Eaton injury Friday night. 0-2. .293 5-year minor league career for the 24-year-old. Just had a birthday in March from Santo Domingo. Last year led the Eastern League with 153 hits with AA Harrisburg.
It's a lot of hits. Remember, the minor league season is only 142 games.
Yeah. He had those in 136 and stole 56 bases, the most in minor league baseball. To his character, he won the Bob Boone Award. Leadership, loyalty, passion, a whole lot of other attributes go into the rewarding of that. He went. And the Nats go 1-2-3 in the 6th inning. Battle of the bullpens the rest of the way. D-backs by 1.
He's hoping his team can help him out, but Tanner Roark pitched well tonight. 6 innings, gave up 4 runs on 6 hits, struck out 8, but threw a career-high 125 pitches, 77 of those for strikes. So the pitch count high on both sides tonight because, hey, both teams can swing the bat. You're trying to make the perfect pitch, and sometimes you go deeper in the count than you wanted to. But another gutsy effort from Tanner Roark. They wouldn't be giving him high fives if he pitched a bad ball game.
Yeah, keeping his team in the ball game as he always does. And now the Nats turn it over to 28-year-old Blake Treinen, trying to keep this a 1-run game. 13th appearance, 17 hits, 10 runs in 10 innings so far. 9 strikeouts, 8 walks. So Blake needs to get the control numbers under control and then move on from there.
Yeah, fastball this year for Blake, 96 on average, slider 88. And he's thrown the changeup almost 8% of the time at 88 miles an hour. A pitch last year that he threw 0.8% of the time.
Daniel Descalso, who got them a walk-off win with a homer on Sunday, is on deck. That ball scorched into right field. Nick Ahmed, first base hit of the night. Descalso signed as a free agent back in February. 264 for the Rockies last year. 38 RBIs in part-time duty. And as a pinch hitter, 1 for 7, 3 runs batted in.
Oh, that was down. Blake Treinen caught a break right there.
Wow.
And he is hearing it, Brian O'Nora, from the Diamondbacks dugout, big time. That ball almost hit the dirt.
That's the loudest dugout I've heard on a strike call this year.
We heard it all the way up here.
They can see elevation over there.
He's saying it hit him. It's been an eventful 2-pitch at bat so far for Daniel Descalso, and Torey Lovullo is going to check it. No, they're checking it. They think this ball hit Descalso. That's the universal sign for headphones. Not the best in the business for nothing.
Used to be exclusive to our business. Not anymore.
Manager can challenge hit by pitch, so here we go. Sometimes this is, I mean, you have to have Exmo for this. You can't tell in a regular replay. And if there's no Exmo, he's in trouble. And if there is Exmo, he's obviously got a reason to challenge. Back in the day, he'd check for shoe polish. Oh, yeah, that got him on the
hit him.
Did. His foot moved. It's hard to tell for an umpire in Brian O'Nora's defense. That's not an easy thing to see over a catcher to see if it hits a guy glancing blow to his foot.
They're going to give him first base. 2 on, nobody out. So a base hit and a hit batter, and the Nats in hot water here in the top of the 7th. Top of the order, and the catalyst of their offense, A.J. Pollock, is next. 0 for 1 career against Blake Treinen. 1 for 3 with a steal and a run scored tonight. Well, they can do a lot of things with this guy. Rendon on the grass at third. Zimmerman set to charge. Treinen holding and holding, and time called.
I don't think he was sure of the pitch. Jose Lobaton out there to go over the signs, maybe with the runner on second. Like A.J. Pollock's button here. Let's see.
And the Nats are covering the possibility with the guys at the corners.
I don't remember Blake trying to work in this slow last year. His tempo this year is very, very deliberate. And maybe he's trying to slow things down because it was getting away from him early in the season. He's trying to slow the tempo down for himself to slow things down.
Talked about those control numbers. 9 strikeouts, 8 walks. Blake has consistently been behind hitters this year. A lot of 2-0 counts. For 3 games, 7th inning. Murphy, a couple taps of the glove there. On the inside edge. It's been Blake's most effective pitch over the last 2 years, that sinking fastball for ground balls and double plays here and there. 2-2 now.
Pitching for the double play. Remember Sammy Solis in San Francisco last year got a triple play.
Correct, you are.
There's a line drive to first, and Ryan stepped on the bag and then threw across to third. Something like that.
You got it. 2-2. There's the grounder. Turner. Murphy got to hurry. No way. And then Daniel, knowing he didn't have a play at first, checked on Ahmed at third. 1 out.
That's good for younger players out there. If you can't turn a double play, how many times do you see big leaguers come across the bag and just eat it? You never know what an arm fake has in store for the first runner. So you come across the bag, you do an arm fake, and then you look for an out at third base, because maybe the guy bites on your arm fake and takes a big turn at third, or maybe even thinking about scoring from second base on the ground ball. See Murphy looking for an out? That's textbook. Remember that, you young second baseman and shortstops. If you don't think you have a play at first, arm fake and look for the runner at third base taking a big turn.
Diamondbacks with an add-on run at third base, 1 out. Chris Owings the hitter. 0 for 2 with a walk. This guy's fast like Pollock is. Hasn't bounced into a double play this year. And with Murphy moving towards second, the ball goes in right behind him for an RBI hit. Looked like A.J. Pollock might have dropped his shoulder a little bit. Nats thought he might be on the move. It's 5-3 Arizona. This is how they play, FP. They put runners to pressure you, and then they get base hits to drive them in.
So they're at double play depth here, and I don't know what happened. He creeps up and over, and that might have been a line drive right at Daniel Murphy had he been back. Maybe they were playing in between right there because of the speed of Owens, not thinking they could turn the double play.
All right, look out here. Goldschmidt coming in. Facing Blake Treinen for the first time. Now watch out for these two guys. These are the two primary suspects. They have had 6 double steals this year, and A.J. Pollock very good stealing third. Added to that, a right-handed batter between Jose Lobaton and the third base bag. Two and 0. Two hits, a hit batter in the inning. Rendon backs up. Long throw to Murph. The relay. Got them both. At least that's the call by Paul Emmel. Ryan Zimmerman bouncing off the bag. Torey Lovullo wants everybody to hold on here. If it's good, the Nats will turn their 25th double play of the year.
Well, he kept his challenge because he won the last challenge. So he's got another challenge. He might use that challenge. Let's see if he challenges. What do you got? Ooh. Yeah. What do you got here? Good turn by Murphy. Hanging tough. Just got to hit any part of Ryan Zimmerman's glove. Doesn't have to be in the back of the glove. Remember, if it touches the front and it's secure in the back, that's what they judge it by. So the first leather the ball hits is what New York is going to determine safe or out. Torrey very animated here on his challenge. Are they challenging the slide at second? There was a lot of discussion for a safe out call at first right there between the manager and the umpires. What do you got here? Is that enough to overturn it, Carp?
I don't know. I kind of doubt it. If Ty goes to the runner, that's about as close as it gets. I mean, that is so close.
Boy, how Goldschmidt hit the bag is how you're supposed to hit it. The very front part of the base is the quickest way, obviously. You see so many guys hit the top of the base, but his toes hit the front of the base to make that as close as it is. Was Murphy on the bag? I can't tell where his foot is if that's what they're challenging too. And this is where they should make an announcement. They're challenging whether Murphy touched the base, whether he's safe at first. I think it's got to be the call at first, right?
You would think.
I just don't know why Torrey was talking so much to the umpires right there.
Is Torrey Lovullo challenging something that could have all the runners safe?
Well, if he's safe at first, the inning goes, you're right.
But I mean, you know, the Nats appeared to have retired Chris Owings, but he's still standing at second base.
There you go.
Out. It is a double play. So the Nats, and now Torrey Lovullo's coming out again to talk over something with Paul Emmel. So right now it looks like a 5-4-3 double play. We'll keep you tuned, and if we have to come back, we will. For now, it's 5-3 at the stretch.
As we go to the bottom of the seventh, Washington, D.C. Lexus Steelers will donate $250 to the Children's National Health System for each of the first 200 home runs the Nats hit this season. Lexus, experience amazing.
Bottom of the 7th inning, J.J. Hoover on for the Diamondbacks. Top of the order, Trey Turner facing him for the first time. Hoover, 29 years of age, longtime Cincinnati Red. First year with the D-backs and a 1.86 ERA in 12 appearances. Turner, 1 for 2, walk, a run, a double, a steal. And he pops one up to center. A.J. Pollock.
Yeah, Hoover's fastball, slider, curveball change. Fastball average is 93. You know, I like to solve mysteries from way up high here just by trying to read lips. Torey Lovullo was very animated with home plate umpire Brian Honora and Paul Emmel, more importantly, at the end there. And I was wondering, I'm still trying to figure out what his argument was there. Did it have something to do with Daniel Murphy at second, not on the base, in the order of challenges, and maybe challenging 2 things at once?
Can you?
And can you? That's the only thing I could think of to have that much discussion about a safe out call at first on a double play. That's just simple, right? Headphones, is he safe, is he out? You don't sit there and call umpires over to your dugout to talk to them about that. So
right.
There was something else there, and the only other thing I can come up with was Murphy's foot on the bag at second. We looked at the replays, it looked like it was.
You know, and then once the runner's out at first base, if you haven't asked about the play at second, you're in essence out of challenges, inning over. That's interesting. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Worth.
So yeah, maybe it was, he was trying to go, hey, can I go combo platter, D, all the above, and just review, challenge anything here?
Well, big double play turned by Blake Treinen and the Nats. 2 runs down, 8 outs to go. 2-2 to Worth with Harper and Zimmerman behind him here in the 7th inning. Swing and a miss on a slider way outside as it ended up 2 down.
All right, Yoga in the outfield returns Sunday, May 28th after the Nats Padres game, 1:35. With the purchase of this special ticket, receive a Nats yoga mat and enjoy a post-game yoga class. This one's always very popular, so go to nationals.com/special ticket right now to stretch after the game. Who stretches after the game? You do. You love yoga.
Yes, we do.
You still doing yoga?
Here and there.
So that's a no.
Well, it's hard to work into a baseball schedule.
You do it while you're broadcasting. Just get the mat right here. Namaste.
Bryce Harper, 1 for 2 with an RBI single, a walk and a run. J.J. Hoover bringing the heat and some pretty good breaking stuff here to the 7th inning. Diamondbacks bullpen undergoing a few changes. Young guy named Archie Bradley has been converted from a starter for now to the bullpen. They're saying he's throwing 97-mile-an-hour bullets. And then, of course, their closer is Fernando Rodney, who's had a couple of rough outings, but has saved his last 6 in a row.
Oh, he's blown his last 2.
Pardon me, 6 and then 2. You're right. And giving up extra base hits in the process. Nats need runners.
That's where that extra run's so huge. 4-3 game right here. I mean, this is a dangerous part of the lineup all of a sudden, but you got to get a guy on now. A 3-1 count to Bryce in a 4-3 game. You'd be thinking one thing. Ooh. And he was too. Got his pitch and he's frustrated.
Inside Some Numbers brought to you by PNC Bank. So 13 hitters on these two ball clubs are hitting 280 or better. Yeah, only one's over 400. Anthony Rendon started the night at 278. Bryce Harper is aboard. Zimmerman is next. Bryce on 3 out of 4 times tonight.
Game on. Here we go. One for 3, a double. Struck out on a rough 3-2 pitch last time.
Yeah. Second last batter faced by the starter Taijuan Walker, who then walked Murphy and then left the game after 4 2/3. Ryan Zimmerman 1 for 2 career against J.J. Hoover. Ryan Zimmerman 2 for 3 career against Hoover, and Bryce Harper stops at second. Ryan Zimmerman's 13th multi-hit game of the year, tying him with Murphy for the league lead.
Unbelievable.
Attacking early.
Just his ability to get on top of the baseball when it's up, and his ability to get under the ball when it's low and get it in the air. It's just whatever he needs to do, he's doing.
5 straight multi-hit games out of those 13 for Ryan Zimmerman. Most ever for him.
Murph with a chance to be a hero right here, right now.
Tying runs at first base. Murphy 0 for 1 career against J.J. Hoover.
So is it good when you come in hitting 420, leading the league, and now your average goes up to 424 if you're Ryan Zimmerman?
Well, you have to get 2 hits for your average to go up.
424 now.
Amazing.
Ooh, that's a pitch Murph likes. .424. Bryce 394.
Straight change way outside, 1-1. Clutch, 7th inninger later, over 380.
Till he gets to 2 strikes, he's looking to turn and burn and lift something out of here. And then he'll deal with that if he gets there. Just late. You see that swing? He stepped on the accelerator. Got a pitch, too. Now he'll take that fillet to left or carve something down the left field corner.
.53 game. Diamondbacks about hit the Nationals 8-6. Ryan Zimmerman's base hit, the first one for the Nationals since Murphy's 2-run single, 3rd inning. Target in, he turns on it, look out. That ball hooked right around the screen that extends to the end of the dugout.
I don't know how he got to this one. It was going for his back knee. He just smokes it over there. You saw the reaction. He was scared of hitting somebody again. 2
on, 2 out. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a pitch down and in. Now the Nationals have stranded 8 runners today, and it's on to the 8th inning.
Ready to get in the batter's box, just like we promised you early in the game. It's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. Let's go back to the 4th inning. Jake Lamb looked like he got a changeup or maybe a slider down in. So in like a lion, out like a lamb. That was horrible. And Chris Herman hits one the other way. That one just is a head scratcher. I guess the ball flying to left tonight. So a couple of taters in the 4th, probably the difference in this ball game.
Yeah, earlier tonight the breeze was coming down half street, and Herman put one into the left field bullpen. Lamb, Tomas, and Drury. Another inning for Blake Trinan here. 14 pitches, 8 strikes, and a 1-run, 2-hit 7th inning.
Trying to run that fastball back right here, 0-2.
Well, that was just power away. Lobaton drops it, tags out the batter, and Blake Trinan gets his first K in this outing.
It's so much movement on a sinker, and at times that's why he has trouble throwing strikes. As you look at Jorge De La Rosa getting loose for the Diamondbacks, and sometimes it's just a matter of setting your sights up a little off center to play, you know, the cut in your fastball. You know, you're on a tee box and you play a cut, you don't aim right down the middle or it's in the rough. It's hard to set up down the middle with Blake Trinan because everything's all over the place. It moves so much.
That ball kind of got inside on Tomas and ate him up for a ground ball to short, 2 down. Into the 10 o'clock hour, long first game of the series. The starters combined for 61 pitches. Roark and Walker in the first inning. It's been a battle ever since. The Diamondbacks' big 4th inning, 3 runs on 2 homers. The difference in the game right now. Then an add-on run by Chris Owings, base hit in the 7th. 2. Up and in to Brandon Drury on a slider that didn't do much.
Lost his grip on the slider. Good take right here by Drury.
Two-0 pitch. Blake Treinen's got some swing and miss stuff here in the second inning of his appearance.
Yeah, fastball up from Blake. 98, a lot of arm side run to it. Tough to catch up to that velocity up there.
And a ball hit hard into right. Here comes Harper charging. He had designs for a moment. Brandon Drury has a 2-for-4 night. That'll bring in Chris Herman. Herman a base hit, 2-run homer. Last batter, Tanner Roark, retired when he battled and struck him out looking on his 125th pitch, ending the 6th inning. Two and one.
Good late life on the heater tonight. Wanted that to be inside a little more. It ran back, got some plate, but it's 97, and that's hard to catch up to. 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Murphy in right field on the shift. 2-2 pitch. And Blake Treinen's slider chasing him all the way inside. Runner on the move. Ball 4. Bases empty, 2 outs, and now 2 on, 2 out. Bringing Nick Ahmed in there, and he's the first guy that Blake faced last inning with a base hit to right.
It's an arm on the shoulder, talk to the hand trip by Mike Maddox. Just go game plan. I mean, sometimes you just go out there and you say, hey, let's go first pitch strike, start it down the middle, run it up. I mean, you're just trying to take his mind off what just happened, the walk. That's what that trip was all about.
Nick Ahmed, the shortstop, off to the right side. His leadoff single led to that seventh inning run off of Blake Trinan. And a high fly ball to left for Jason Worth. 6 outs with which to work. The Nats are down by 2. Anthony Rendon will lead off, bottom of the 8th. Tomorrow night, Game 2, and Gio, third best ERA in the National League, 1.62, gets the call for start number 6. And against the Diamondbacks, Gio career 2-1 in 6 starts. Robbie Ray, a former Nat, who can strike out a lot of people, will be facing him. So that's Game 2 tomorrow night before the day game behind Max Scherzer on Thursday. Jorge De La Rosa, FP told you he's bringing smoke from the bullpen, and that's saying something for a guy 36 years of age.
See, lefty's hitting just .083, righty's a little better at .250. Opponents overall 194. Fastball, cutter, curveball change combination. His fastball last year as a starter for the Rockies averaged 90.1 miles an hour. This year as a reliever, it's averaging 94.2. So he'll go as high as 96. Which I didn't see as a starter, but maybe you just come in for one inning, air it out, and see what happens.
Jeremy Hazelbaker for the Diamondbacks in left field. He'll be batting 9th, so he'll lead off in the top of the 9th inning. Anthony Rendon, 3 for 15 career against the lefty De La Rosa. Nats have 1 hit since the 3rd inning. They've been given opportunities with 6 walks tonight. Only 1 batter who has walked. Bryce Harper, back in the 3rd, has scored.
It's a good take. That was strike for a while. Changeup, I believe. As changeup goes 85, 86 down the zone. It's been a while since Anthony's hit a home run. Ooh. You want to sign Anthony Rendon baseball? Follow Masson Nationals on Twitter to see how you can enter and win. I want one.
Two-two pitch. Whoa. 87 up and in, not the 4-seam fastball.
It was a cut fastball, though, and it was tracing Anthony Rendon's face. And that had Brian O'Nora ducking for cover. Look out, everybody. Close shave to Rendon. Brian O'Nora ducking behind Chris Herman.
3-2 pitch. Anthony Rendon takes the walk. That's a good at bat, keeping your cool after a pitch like that on ball 3. Got to make them pay for these walks at some point tonight. That's 7 by the Arizona staff.
Yeah, tough to win a big league game with 7 walks. It really is.
Chris Heisey. Wilmer Difo has the helmet. Jose Lobaton on deck. Big at bat here for Michael A. Taylor.
96 from De La Rosa.
Adam Lind. Right now it's De La Rosa's inning. Nobody warming in the Arizona bullpen. Michael A. Taylor 0 for 3 against him with a couple of walks. And he will duck back from a high tight fastball. Crowd's been quiet for a lot of innings here. Nats trying to get somebody engaged here. 22,826 paid tonight. That ball bounces, and an outstanding stop by Chris Herman to keep the double play in order.
That's a good read by Anthony Rendon, too. Down by 2, you don't want to take a chance of getting thrown out second. So unless you're 110% sure, just hang out. Michael Taylor's got pop. And your run doesn't mean anything. Nice stop.
Three and 1.
Nats were 7-3 last year when they received 7 or more walks.
Mike Butcher is the pitching coach for the D-backs.
Quick little trip, tighten him up back in the dugout. Driver's seat for Michael A. Taylor. He's looking for something to drive.
He drives it, base hit. Stopping at second, Rendon 2 on, nobody out. Michael A. Taylor is now 7 for his last 14.
Do you bunt Jose Lobaton here?
Got really good speed out there at both bases.
It wouldn't take the greatest bunt. See how Dusty Baker decides to play. It looks like Jose's digging in the back of the batter's box, which leads me to believe he's not.
Chris Heisey the guy, and still nothing happening in the Arizona bullpen. De La Rosa and Herman to get together.
I mean, the pace of this game has just come to a screeching halt. And when you're standing on defense, it takes it out of you.
Yeah.
It does. It affects your at-bat when you stand on defense too long. You kind of lose your energy. It sucks the life out of the baseball game.
This thing was flying for about 45 minutes tonight. It has been a grinder.
I mean, throwing balls is one thing. It's part of the game, but 15 trips to the mound and everything else that's gone on. That's what the commissioner's talking about when he's talking about pace of play. Get it and go, play the game. And if the game happens to take long because it's 15 to 12, well, that's baseball. If it happens to take long because there's 46 trips to the mound, that's not baseball.
Good take by Lobaton. Now he squares, bunts it for a foul. 1-1. Paul Goldschmidt really coming in hard to cross in front of the pitcher and maybe find a play at third. And with that in mind, Nick Ahmed, the shortstop, trying to keep Anthony Rendon as close to second base as he can.
Ideally, you want to bunt this to third, but with the speed you have out there, just make the first bunt be in the dirt softly, and it doesn't have to be very directional. The speed of the runners dictate how fine the bunt has to be. Everybody knows Jose Lobaton's bunt. Paul Goldschmidt's running. I mean, he might get hit by a pitch here. He's so close. But Rendon can run, Taylor can run. So just make that first bounce be straight down into the dirt, and you'll get the job done. You want to keep it away from Paul Goldschmidt, who's going kamikaze pilot at first. He is flying in.
Lobaton lays it down. And Goldschmidt throws to third. It's going to be a double play, but it's dropped by Brandon Drury. They had a 3-5-4 right there for the taking. And instead, they only get one of the runners.
Yeah, Paul Goldschmidt's one of the better defenders at first base. And every single pitch in that sequence, he was on a full sprint from first base. Not a bad bunt by Jose, but it's right into the teeth. Watch Goldschmidt go full speed here. He doesn't slow down at all. How often do you see a first baseman steal a ball in front of the pitcher and almost turn the double play on top of it? But watch this. You talk about, that takes a little crazy, folks, because if that guy pulls back and does a butcher boy, you are so vulnerable if you're Paul Goldschmidt. Nice play. Got to tip your cap on that one. That was not a bad bunt. Just really aggressive defense by the Diamondbacks and Paul Goldschmidt.
Chris Heisey, 3 for 7 career against De La Rosa. And 0 for 7 pinch hitting for the Nats so far this year. He's had some other hits in spot duty as a starter, but looking for that first big pinch hit.
I must say 99% of first basemen don't make that play. And that bunt goes back to the pitcher, and he looks at third, and he says, I don't have a play there, and he throws it to first. Who else does that?
Yeah. Not many that throw right-handed, that's for sure. And a 1-2 now. Izzy takes the fastball. Counts even. Two down.
Challenged him fastball 96. If you're wondering why he didn't throw like this as a starter, it's hard to last, more than a couple of innings when you're just emptying the tank like that on every pitch. You go max effort like that, you're done by the third. But when you come in to face a few hitters or just for an inning, you can rear back and let it eat a little bit, and that's what De La Rosa's doing. Different guy than we've seen in the past.
Absolutely.
Finesse lefty to power lefty out of the bullpen. Who knew?
He has made 241 big league starts. This is appearance number 319. Not throwing like a guy with a 4.63 career ERA. Trey Turner 2 for 6 against De La Rosa.
When a pitch is close, Brian Honora does a little walk around. He kind of stands up and then walks in a small circle. I'm telling you, I was thinking about calling that a strike.
Turner to right. Tracking at Chris Owings. The Nationals have stranded 10 base runners tonight, and we're into the 9th in a 2-run game. Credit Union, proudly serving the armed forces and their families for over 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA and by the hotels at BWI.com. Minutes from BWI Marshall, Amtrak, and I-95. Discover the convenience of the hotels at BWI.com. 590 D-backs, 371 Nats. Joe Blanton will try to keep this a 2-run game. He'll come on for the top of the 9th inning, making his 11th appearance.
A fastball in the low 90s from Joe. Slider, curveball, change of compliment. He'll cut the fastball. Opponent's hitting 326. Lefty's giving Joe some problems early. He is trying to get the Nats right back in the dugout, keep this a 2-run deficit. Fernando Rodney, the Diamondbacks closer, has been struggling.
Yeah, 6 out of 8 in save opportunities, as FP told you. Last couple of times out, most unpleasant. And here's Joe Blanton against Jeremy Hazelbaker. Came on to play left field in the bottom of the 8th. 7 for 24 so far with 4 RBIs in part-time action. It was a 28-year-old rookie this time a year ago. Ended up hitting .235 with St. Louis after blistering everything in spring training in the first month or so of the season. Fernando Rodney.
Yeah, Torey Lovullo was asked if he's still the closer after blowing the second one in a row the other day. And he said he is for now. Archie Bradley's been throwing the daylights out of it. There's been some talk about maybe Bradley closing. So we'll see. Stay tuned. First things first, got to keep it a 5-3 game.
2-1 pitch. That'll even things up.
And it'll be a big boy save, Carp, with Worth, Harper, and Zimmerman due up, and hopefully Murphy too.
Oh yeah. Three-two count. And that ball goes foul before Ryan Zimmerman can get there. Hit well to center. Taylor tearing back, can only watch it, and it's gone. 6-3 Arizona. Jeremy Hazelbaker's first home run as a Diamondback.
Boy, that thing had some backspin carry to it. Looked like a slider from Blanton, didn't do a whole lot. And Hazelbaker just put some backspin on it, sent it right back where it came from, a little bit higher and a little bit further.
$17 home runs now given up by the Nats bullpen this year. 5th against Joe Blanton. Fastball away and a fly ball to right center. Michael A. Taylor has it to retire A.J. Pollock. And that's the first out here in the 9th. Chris Owings on a couple of times. Big RBI hit back in the 7th. They got the Diamondbacks a 2-run lead. Johnny Holiday, Ray Knight in the yard. Nets Extra Post Game presented by WB Mason. When this one is over. Swing and a miss on 91, up and away. 2 outs.
Job getting back in the strike zone, getting a few outs. Fly ball to center, now the strikeout. Looking for a big out here in Paul Goldschmidt. Everything away in the sequence. This one too. Nicely done.
Goldschmidt 0 for 5 career against Joe Blanton. One for 4 tonight with a key RBI back in the first inning that got them going. If they would score another run, Tom Wilhelmsen would probably pitch the 9th. Still a safe situation. Two and one.
See Joe frustrated with the miss there in a 1-1 count. That's a big count, right? You go to 1-2, you're in the driver's seat, 2-1, advantage hitter. And he's just frustrated with his location at this point. I think Paul Goldschmidt wants that one back. He got a fastball 2-1 that had a lot of plate. He fouled it straight back.
Two. Swinging a foul tip as Goldschmidt stays alive.
Staying away. Paul Goldschmidt's got such a quick bat. I mean, he's taking balls right out of Jose Lobaton's glove. It's almost like last second, that's pretty close. Let me just flick it away. And hopefully he makes a mistake, something with plate next pitch. He is so good at extending at bats.
Did he go? Paul Emmels says no, and the count goes full.
Not even close, right? Maybe a little closer on the replay.
No, he'll go to first base. Jake Lamb will be next. These guys saw a lot of Joe Blanton when he was with the Dodgers last year in their division. Lamb 0 for 3 career against him. That one appeared to hit Brian O'Nora in the lake, keeping it close, but down to second goes Goldschmidt.
Well, now do you walk Jake Lamb with first base open and 2 outs if you're Dusty Baker? Yeah, he just put up the 4. You have to. There he goes.
Yeah.
Look, Carp.
Pitcher spot on deck, and it'll be Chris Iannetta, their backup catcher, or at least one of their backup catchers. I'll say one thing, these days when an analyst brings up the possibility, it doesn't take long to find out.
That's right. No mystery.
Chris Iannetta has fashioned a pretty long big league career. He's a .234 career hitter, but he's been in the big league since he broke in '06 with Colorado. With them through 11, Angels for a couple of years, Seattle last year, and now a new D-back signed a free agent deal, and there's that double steal. This time it's Goldschmidt and Lamb. What's that? Counting the double steal for 2, that's 4 bags tonight without a throw.
Yeah, they love to steal third base. If you don't pay attention or even look at them, they're going to take advantage. Dave McKay, their first base coach, is good as anybody at picking up tendencies with pitchers, especially relief pitchers. If he sees, you know, you're a no-looker, you're a one-looker, he can find all kinds of tendencies on video. He relays it to the runners, and that's why they're so aggressive. They had something on Tanner earlier. Both stolen bases, the guys took off before he even pitched.
That's a little roller. It's going to stay fair. Blanton will tag the runner, and that's it for the Diamondbacks in the top of the 9th inning. They strand 8 tonight, but they're on top 6-3. It's the Nats against Fernando Rodney. Worth, Harper, Zimmerman. Somebody will have to reach to get Daniel Murphy in there. And Fernando Rodney is one of the major league leaders in career appearances. This will be number 779. He has 267 saves, 81% closure rate, if you will, in his big league career as far as nailing ball games down.
You see the opponent's average, 364 against the fastball changeup combination. Got a good changeup, 84, fastball 95. But he's converted 6 of 8 save opportunities. He's been charged with an earned run in 5 of his 11 outings. He's given up 14 earned runs in 10 innings, allowing a staggering 23 base runners. So he's been scuffling. The Nats have been swinging, and he's got to cut through the heart of the order here with a 3-run lead.
National League East, Nats started the day on top of the Phillies by 4.5. Phillies at Wrigley tonight. And the Braves in a slugfest beat the Mets. Jason Worth against Rodney. One career plate appearance, a base on balls. Really pulling the string there with 83.
You know, I think of Fernando Rodney. I think of that changeup. He throws mid to upper 90s, but that changeup he throws is just the parachute variety. Serious dead fish. Control has been the issue with them the last couple outings.
13 strikeouts, 7 walks total in 10 innings. So with that in mind, a guy who really knows the strike zone leading off here for the Nats. 2-2 pitch. Oh, that was close. 3-2.
Brian O'Nora did his little thing where this is close. Watch him stand up. Oh, he started to stand up and call it. Did you see him? Yeah.
Walks as good as a hit for the Nats right here. And Brian O'Nora will be staggered by that foul tip.
Jason, see if he's all right.
Yeah, Paul Lassard's going to come out and help. Home trainer always has that responsibility.
Just trying to fix his little chin guard there. Might have saved him, actually, even though he's probably hurting a little bit. Trying to buckle it back in, lock it in. Probably asked him what town he's in. He said, Phoenix, let's go.
Close enough.
Yep. Watch right on the protector, on the button. He ducked a wild pitch earlier. Nothing he could do about that.
3-2 pitch. Worth strikes out for the first one in the 9th. Bryce Harper 1-for-1 career against Rodney. Boy, 96 on the heater. We saw that 83 changeup to Worth. It's a lot of MPH difference. Bryce tonight on base 3 times. RBI single, 2 walks, a run. Launches one to right that's going foul.
Had distance, upper deck.
One-two pitch. Well, you talk about having a long night. How about Chris Herman and Jose Lobaton behind the plate? Each catching probably upwards of 200 pitches. Harper, just an emergency, makes some contact. Hack.
Did he feel something right there? Kind of shaking something out after that swing. Sometimes when you extend as a hitter, you kind of clicks your funny bone. You get a shock when you. It's always on a changeup too. But he was shaking something out his right arm after that swing. Looked kind of funny.
Two, and the count goes full. He slowed down Bryce's bat with an off-speed pitch, and A.J. Pollock has it, 2 outs. Ryan Zimmerman against Fernando Rodney, career 1 for 4. Another multi-hit game for Ryan, his 5th in a row, 13th of the year. Checks in batting .424.
A 2-1 count. Got a fastball there, 2-0 up by 3. He should get another fastball. It wouldn't surprise me if he gets into one. I don't think it'd surprise anybody. Ooh, he's so locked in. Even his foul balls are near misses.
Ryan Zimmerman trying to keep the ball game alive for Murphy. Way inside, 3-2. It's an unusual night. The Nats only win 1-2-3 once tonight before the 9th inning. And Zimmerman to short. Nick Ahmed has it. And the Diamondbacks win the first game of the 3-game series, and this is now a 1-3 homestand for the Nationals. Fernando Rodney gets the save, his 7th of the year, and Arizona gets the early leg up in the season series. For FP and Dan, Bob Carpenter. Tonight, the Diamondbacks out-hit the Nats 10-7 and win it 6-3. It's Tanner Roark's first loss of the year. Tomorrow, it'll be Gio and Robbie Ray. Johnny and Ray get you going at 6:30. This has been a presentation to Masson. Stay tuned. Nats Extra postgame coming right up and from a disappointed Nationals park. So long for just a while.